Well, CoastLife, here we are plugging along halfway through the week. We're so glad that you are joining us here on the couch. You'll notice Charlie not joining us today, but that's okay because we've got our field correspondent, Kendall Gordon, chilling out on the couch today, having a lot of fun with you.
Yes, it's always a great time, and we are getting into something really good right now, Leah, because I think this might affect a lot of us.
I think it definitely affects a lot of us. I think especially new parents get affected by this. I know a lot of my friends who have just had babies, like I'm sure they are in the throngs of this. But I think a lot of us too, it's just a busy work day. We're guilty of bedtime procrastination. A new survey finds that many Americans are sacrificing sleep on purpose, not because they can't fall asleep, but because they stay up late to grab personal time at the end of the business day. This behavior is known as bedtime procrastination, or even revenge bedtime procrastination. Often means scrolling on phones, enjoying hobbies, or just delaying bedtime, even when we know that we are going to be tired later. Is this something that you feel you've been guilty of?
I am definitely guilty, and I get it completely, because I also kind of get into the mindset too where it's like, well, if I'm going to be tired anyways, like I'm already up late, I might as well make the most of this time if I'm going to be tired anyways on the back end. And then the next morning I just hate myself for it. I'm like, why? There
is a little bit of the, I already missed my bedtime window, so I know I'm not getting enough sleep, might as well make the most of it. I'm not, by the end of the week, I'm much more likely to be a revenge bedtime procrastinator. Like tonight onward is where we get into the like, well, it's almost the weekend, I might as well stay up and hang out. But usually I'm pretty good about getting in bed at the right time, but that's when I'll lie awake and I'm like, well, here we are. I went to bed at 9:30 and now it's midnight.
That's interesting because I'm actually the opposite. Like if I'm up and moving, I'm going to be up and moving. The second I lay down, I'm like, all right, I'm ready for bed, but it's just getting me into the bed. It's like I constantly want to, let me do one more thing, let me do it over here. So like it's just getting to that point where I'm in bed. But once I actually lay down, I'm like, okay, I usually fall right asleep within like 10, 15 minutes after.
Yeah, it used to be rough when I was on sort of that morning schedule. And so you're up in the middle of the night getting ready and going to work. And when you come home, you nap, and then you're kind of up again for part two of your day. And then that's where I was having a lot of trouble kind of winding down again for bed. And I was like, what am I even doing? Am I a person anymore? But researchers surveyed that about 2,000 adults and found that nearly everyone, 96%, admit to pushing bedtime regularly, losing around 330 hours of sleep a year because of it, roughly the equivalent of more than 8 full weeks of sleep. People said that they often stay up late to have me time, follow your hobbies, again, sort of scroll through social media, even though 2/3 know it'll hurt their sleep and 42% say they often regret it later. I do feel like in sort of my teenage college years, I was better at like, well, I'm up, so now I'm going to participate in my hobbies. But I feel like I've gotten worse at that as a full-fledged adult. And I'm like, now I'm just tired all the time and I don't know what to do. So I definitely do a lot more like vegging out on the couch.
Yeah, it is actually interesting when you read those numbers out to see how much it really is affecting you. Like just not getting enough sleep. Sleep is so important for regulating your emotions and just making sure you're in like the right mindset going into your next day. So when you do stay up and you gotta know the risk going into it. Like, yeah, it could be good sometimes to indulge in your hobbies, to have that me time and self-care. I'm not saying don't do that, because you do want to make the time for yourself, but also don't sacrifice so much of your sleep on the back end. So when you're losing, what was it, 300 something hours?
It was, let me see here, 330 hours.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot. But I kind of get the more spite, revenge bedtime procrastination because so much of your day is taken up by work, chores, whatever it may be. And then by the end of the day, you're like, no, I had no time to enjoy it. So I do understand that that's sort of what fuels a lot of this. Or, you don't get to see your partner until the end of the day. Or for a lot of moms, it's you're taking care of the kids all day and then finally you have a minute to yourself. So I get it. But sleep is so important. So take care of yourselves out there. Maybe save the spite for like Thursday, Friday, when we get to the end of the week.
It's all about balance.
It's a little bit of balance, but we do have more CoastLife to get to. We're getting ready for the 2026 Winter Olympics. We're going to check in and get more behind the scenes on another athlete when we get back.